Okay, now we're going to continue on and go back to the other side of the world, and we're going to complete the Knight's Sword all the way through to the end. So, see you there. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, guys, we just finished up the knight's sword and got ourselves the smithing level we need. So we're going to continue on and go ahead and knock out the thieving requirement just while we're here. You know, while we got the chance. Gonna head back down to Corund and do thieving at the fruit stalls. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in real quick and let you guys know that there was a change at this point that you need to be aware of. So rather than going straight to the fruit stalls, which is what I did originally, you're gonna go ahead and actually complete the Client of Corund quest, and that will be good to get you some hit points experience, which you get those lamps, put those lamps into hit points. Before you head over to the Great Corund, go ahead and swing by this fishing shop, buy yourself a feather, because that is a required item for the Client of Corund, and then go over to the Great Corund, and we'll go way over here. And while you're here, start the quest, run through all the way until you get to Hosidius. And then while you're in Hosidius, then you can steal from the fruit stalls all the way to level 50 and fill up your inventory with some strange fruit while you're at it. That will give you run energy restoration, which you can use to finish out the quest, which will be quite nice and convenient to have. But then after that, you will have your inventory slots freed up, which will not clog them up, which I had a problem with later in the video. So go ahead and do that. You guys will see what I do later. Foreshadowing, I do some random shit. I kill goblins for hit points experience, and yeah, that was not the way to go. I thought it would be fast, and it was not fast at all. But anyway, go ahead and do that, and we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, guys, we are here at the fruit stalls, and we're going to train all the way to level 50 thieving. Now, the reason why we're doing this and the agility grind, but why we have to do thieving, so that we can access the general store and the rogue's den. That general store sells or buys items for a higher price than most other general stores, and we're going to be using that to sell our items once we get to the agility wilderness agility course. So this is a pretty good way to knock out some thieving experience. You're just gonna chill here and thieve all the way to level 50. I think it takes maybe an hour and a half or so, but something like that. We're going to go ahead and cut the video, and I'll see you guys back. Also, keep strange fruit. You can get a full inventory of strange fruit here pretty easily for some extra run energy restoration. Alright, see you guys later. Okay, guys, we are back. I've just finished up with 50 thieving. Took a little while actually, a couple hours, but not too crazy. But we're gonna continue on after that and return up this way. I ended up just leaving a couple inventory slots, so I was able to drop all the fruits. But we have a bunch of extra strange fruit, which we'll use for run energy restoration. That did take a little while. I want to touch on the options for thieving training, because I think a lot of people are going to not really like the thieving all the way to level 50 at the fruit stalls. You want to do the blackjacking or something like that. There's another option. You can do the Chambers of Zarek method, where you go to Chambers of Zarek and you get a thieving room, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that I would spend a lot of time getting over there, and you have to kill the scavengers to get the lockpick. You have to scout the room, all that good stuff. So I don't know if it really saves more time than it's worth, especially when you can just run back and forth between the two fruit stalls to increase your experience rates. So you probably end up losing more time than you save. So doing the feud for blackjacking, that's probably other thing people are going to look at. It's actually quite difficult. You can't really do the feud very effectively at level 1 magic. That's because the tough guy fight in the quest, the guy, unlike most quest bosses and whatnot, he's actually very resistant to magic. And that's something that, a lot of people won't really consider, is that you can't really do the quest that effectively so early on, and you're gonna get stuck. He can't do you can't you can save spot him, but he also despawns after a while if you only have a couple minutes to kill him, and he'll despawn, and you're gonna be gaining a lot of magic experience, which you don't want, because that's gonna give you combat levels, and the whole point is to keep our combat levels low as possible. So trying to complete the feud is actually quite difficult right now, and you only need, it doesn't even save you that much time. The quest is super long. You don't have any agility for run energy restoration, so I don't think it's actually that worth it to go for the feud. Just stick it out fruit stalls all the way to 50. It's not so bad. Alright, so we are gonna come over here. I got some things, some wine, but I think I might have to go back for this, because we need the inventory space right now. So I might have to change that or something. We're gonna come over here to the general store. I'm at the general store. And we're gonna get the equipment we need for the Sleeping Giants quest. Okay, so I need a hammer, a chisel, and I think some shears. Yep. Okay, and we're going to come over here and get some oak logs. And we're just going to get all the stuff we need to do Sleeping Giants and knock that quest out. And I'm probably going to have to come back for the food. Okay, guys, real quick, I'm gonna jump in here, let you know that you can actually use the Giants Foundry minigame teleport to get over there more quickly. In the video, I thought you had to completed the quests, but you only actually need 15 smithing, which you will have at this point. So go ahead and do that rather than walking all the way over there. Or buy kebabs. I might just buy kebabs. That's probably easier. But we're going to head over here. We're going to complete Sleeping Giants. And then after that, we're going to complete the Tourist Trap. Okay, guys. We have now completed Sleeping Giants. We can go ahead and get rid of all this. I think we can actually keep the hammer. And we'll head out and go to the kebab shop real quick to buy some food. I'm gonna try that out. You want a decent amount of food. How much you really need depends on how confident you are doing the safe spot. So we'll go look at that in a second. Okay, so we're here at the kebab shop. I'm gonna buy some kebabs. As I mentioned, you're gonna need as many kebabs as you think you. It depends on how confident you are doing the safe spot. So, and if you're really not confident, you could actually even go back and get wine, because that will be better. There's a chance for kebabs not to heal any food or heal any health and whatnot. It can be really dicey. So hopefully I don't mess it up, but I believe this should be doable. And you don't necessarily need to hold on to all these strange fruit. I'm going to also, the guide says you have 8 inventory slots free, but you can get fewer than that. You can do the fight and then come back for all those items if you'd like, which I will probably be doing. I will need a shanty pass, so. We're here at Shantae, so I'm gonna buy a pass, and I'm gonna quickly buy a water skin. But past that, I'm gonna go ahead and do the fight and then come back for the rest of the items. We're gonna complete the tourist trap. Okay guys, so we're here. Said I'm gonna go back for all the items after I'm done with this fight, so I have extra inventory space for food and everything. But how we're gonna do this is we're gonna talk to him to start the fight, and then you're gonna get him stuck on one of these other mercenaries. In order to make them stand still, you need to talk to them. When you talk to them, they'll stand still and say you'll have him on this side and I'll be here, for example, and he could be safe spotted there on the mercenary. Now, it's something important to know that if you walk on the same tile as this guy, it'll make him kind of like de-collision. There's a mechanic in this game if you walk underneath them. So that's pretty relevant to this safe spot. You want to be careful not to actually walk underneath them as you're trying to set up on the tick that he could walk through them. It can make it so that he get unstuck, so that's something relevant. But you see he'll stay still. If you don't do the talking to them, they'll continue wandering around. You won't be able to do it. So we're gonna give this a shot. It's a bit tricky to set up, and if I die, it's not the end of the world. You'll just come back and pick up all your stuff. But this is the hard part. Also, make sure, I did this last time, make sure you set your auto cast on Wind Strike before you do this, so that you don't accidentally go staff bash him when you meant to one strike him. But if we set this up properly, we should be able to complete this quest super early on. Okay, whoa there, Tiger. Hold your horses a little bit. We're gonna jump in here. Yeah, so I don't think you're quite ready for this fight. This is a monster of a boss fight, as you'll see. Guys, whenever I did this in my recording, I thought I knew how to do the safe spot, and I did it in the past, but I really didn't actually know. And we have some entertaining gameplay to watch after this. I decided to have a good time with this one. I improved my video editing skills. I leveled myself up. Maybe, I'll edit in a level up message or something in the future, because I'm starting here with nothing. I don't really know how to edit. Could you get out of my way, buddy? Excuse me. I'm trying to record here. Thank you. So I'm not really very good at editing, so I went ahead and learned a couple new things on this thing, but you guys will see what I'm talking about in just a second. But before that, I'm going to show you guys how to actually set up this safe spot in a quick and easy way, and then you can compare and contrast that to what you see in the next video, a couple minutes of video section. But I should be able to just attack this guy. We'll wait until it gets set up. Okay, so I'm waiting for those guys. Okay, we'll send it. So we get aggro on him, and rather than like dancing around like a monkey, what you do, you talk to him, and then you go to the side, and then you go up. That's it. That's how you set up the safe spot. You talk to the guy. It has to be on the south side, I think. You go over here to the west, and you go over to the north, and you attack it over the dude. And because you talk to him, he'll stay in place. That's all it takes to set up this safe spot. Make sure you're not like on the wall here or something, but that's it. And now you guys can enjoy some fun and interactive gameplay. Have a good one. I guess I'll buy the... Okay, and I'm going to clear out some of this food because it does have carry weight. Okay guys, it is time to continue and complete the tourist trap. I will be changing the section for that. But what the hell? I've never been attacked by this guy before. What the hell is this? A rowdy slave? What the world was that? Has anybody ever had that happen before? I guess maybe I've never done this quest as solo combat. That's rather rude. Oh my goodness, guys. I think that's the most difficulty I've ever had getting these, this prototype dart to work. Okay, guys, we are done with the tourist trap. Always a long quest. I'm gonna make sure to put the experience in agility. There you go. Okay. We can go ahead and get rid of this. Now we're gonna go ahead and knock out some hit points levels. We're gonna get level 10 hit point, or 11 hit points. And the reason we want that is just because it'll help a little bit later at the agility pyramid. I couldn't think of a better way. We need 40k. We're gonna just go agility pyramid and then do Giant's Foundry for money to get our starting cash for the agility arena or the wilderness agility course. And I don't really know of a better way to get the 40k to start out, because you need that to buy the initial set of steel and iron plate bodies from the Horvik guy, from the plate body shop. So we're gonna go ahead and knock this out. Maybe in the future it'll be a route change that has a better way of getting this 40k or getting this 150k in general. You could always just go pick up some steel plate bodies, but of course I'll get roasted for that. It's not really an efficient way to go. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Now we want to use the melee skills. I guess I can kick some goblins. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do the cows. I guess we can just kick goblins instead. But you want to get the 10 hit points, but you don't want to train your combat level at all. So that's why we're going to be using these melee skills, because we should have our combat level currently based off of our magic. So getting a little bit of melee experience isn't going to increase our combat level. Yeah, as you can probably guess, we are not going to be killing goblins in this guide anymore. I cut that out. You got your hit points experience from the XP lamps from X marks the spot and Client of Corund, so just enjoy the fact that I hit some goblins for a while. I actually did even more goblin punching later during Wilderness Agility, but I'll cover that when I got to it, and yeah, it didn't help. The PK still killed me anyway, so yeah. Anyway, back to it. Okay, there we go. Just do that so my thing goes away there. Okay, real quick. You remember when I told you that you needed to complete the sea slug because we'll be using the minigame teleport? Well, now is that time. Rather than walking all the way over there back to Ardone, use your fishing trawler teleport to get to the area much more quickly. That'll save you several minutes of walking, and that'll be quite nice. Alright, back to it. Okay, so now we have 11 hit points, and this is required because the agility pyramid has a couple obstacles that hit 10s, so you don't want to have 10 hit points and you can potentially get one shot. So if you had 11 hit points, you can not get one shot, and we managed to not gain a combat level from that, depending on exactly how much magic you used, but ideally we'll be at combat level 5. So now we're going to head over all the way to the other side of town, and we're going to do the Brimhaven Agility Arena. And I'm going to show you guys the quick method to do it, but you're going to do this all the way up to level 50 agility is my estimate. I might adjust it if after actual testing. Let's avoid the Stark Wizard. I don't have any food on me. But you want to get there because you're gonna train until around 50 agility is my goal, and then you're gonna train 50 to 52 at the agility pyramid. Hopefully we'll get 5 completions is the goal, so that we'll have the money to start out at Giant's Foundry. I think I could technically do it right now with 4 completions because I do have a bit of extra cash. I probably should have brought a chronicle. I should have bought a chronicle while I was there, but alas, I'll get it later. It's okay. I'm getting rid of the staff for carry weight. Okay guys, we are here at the Brimhaven Agility course. We're gonna pay this guy 200 coins to get in. Okay, so let's see if I can get there. Now we need to get to this spike trap. So I know we only have 26 agility, so hopefully we can just step over here. I know we can't get through the dart trap. Okay, that was easy enough. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just jump over these spikes. Oh, and I guess we could take that ticket. You can take the ticket every now and then if you just happen to have one near us, as you can see right here. But at this low level of agility, it's not worth it. And we don't need the voucher, we just need the ticket. So we're going to be just jumping over the trap. And this is actually really good agility experience, funny enough. It's I think it's the best in the game at this level. And it has almost, no requirements. But we needed that initial start because it has, I think, level 20 requirement to get over this trap, so we'll cover that now. But you're just going to jump back and forth. And as I said, don't worry about getting the tickets until you're higher agility. Whenever I was doing on the other account, I was like mid-40s agility, like 45 agility when I came here, and I was able to get tickets mostly fine. But I don't think that's going to be so easy at 20s agility. So I'm probably going to go for 40, 45 maybe agility before I even really worry about getting tickets too much. But I don't know what the mathematical best point is. But we're going to do this all the way up to level 50, or whatever the guide says at the time that you're reading it. So, good luck. Okay, just jumping in here real quick to tell you that you should actually go to level 51 agility. I went to 50 because I wasn't quite sure what I would need, but 51 will probably be just fine. You'll see that in the future clips. Okay. Okay guys, I am back. We have now finished up with 50 agility. You see it took me a bit over 2 hours. Not so bad, honestly. This Brimhaven course is really good experience. We got over 40k experience per hour. I got 65 tickets. I definitely wasn't even doing this the most optimally. I was working on the guide, doing some other stuff in the meantime, so I could have gotten even higher XP rates, to be honest. So we're now going to move on. We don't need anything here, so I'm actually just going to drop these extra tickets. They're not really necessary. We're going to go fill up ourselves with food to get some extra cakes, and going to head over to the agility pyramid. Now, I'm not 100% sure if 50 agility was the place to stop. Might have been 51, it might have been better to stop earlier than that, but I just eyeballed it and hopefully that's the amount, but if the guide says something differently, then that's why. I also wanted to briefly address something I forgot to mention, but why are we not doing barbarian fishing? Historically, barbarian fishing is the way to go for this early agility training, and why were we not doing that? Well, the simple answer is that you need strength to do barbarian fishing. You have to train your strength to be able to catch the barbarian fish, and we can't do that with our low combat level interests. And also, I mean, the Brimhaven course, after it's been buffed a while back, the experience rates are very good. I mean, you can see we were getting over 40k experience per hour starting at level 26. I mean, obviously it got better over time, but the rates are very good. If you're using that spike trap, jumping over the spike trap gets a lot of experience, plus picking up the tickets. The spike trap alone is like 30k an hour, and then the tickets, when you're strategically grabbing them, whenever they're close, really bumps it up past that. So it's really not that big of a deal to not do the barbarian fishing, and we don't want those combat levels. So that's why we're doing that. The guide will probably go back and get fishing later, but barbarian fishing itself will probably be optional. I think we'll probably get the requirement for Heroes Quest, maybe go to 58. You get a bunch of cooking experience from that grind, so cooking is useful for Barrow's Gloves, but we'll figure out from there. But either way, we're going to get ourselves some cakes. That's probably plenty. I don't need that many. And then we're going to head over to the agility pyramid. Okay. Okay, guys, we are here, and we're going to buy a Shantae pass. Gonna get ourselves some desert robes. I don't know if the boots actually work, but we're gonna get the boots. I forgot to get my hat. I was gonna get the banana hat, but we'll get that later. Buy some water skins. I think that's all we need. And then we're gonna head over here. Mhm. Okay, guys, we are here at the agility pyramid. If you've never been here, you can just see how it goes. We walk all the way to the top of the pyramid. There'll be a pyramid top, and then you can use them on this guy right here to give you 10,000 coins per time you scale the pyramid. We're gonna be going here until level 52 agility, and we'll see how much money we get from that. You need at least 50,000 coins to get to the end, to move on to Giant's Foundry. You can also just stay here, 250,000 coins, and skip Giant's Foundry entirely. That's also an option. Doing the Giant's Foundry gets you pretty efficient money, but it is a bit more out of the way and slower. You can always just do it later. But the main thing to know is that you need to keep your health topped off, because some of these obstacles, I think this one is one of them, can max hit of a 10. So that's why we got the 11 hit points. If you are at 10 hit points and you go through one of those and you fail, you can get one shot. So like here, we get hit on 8. So make sure we top off all the way to your full health. The cakes are really good for this, but you can also, when you need more food, you can go to the Polonovich bar and buy some wine, and you can use your water skins on the fountain there to refill them with water. Or you could go to Narda and buy some chalk ice. There's a guy there who sells them. I'll probably put it in the guide, but I don't remember what the person's called. But those act as a water source and food, and notably they're also weightless. so they're actually pretty nice. They do cost a decent amount of coins, but it's not crazy. Not crazy bad. But that's also an option as well. So we're just gonna do this for a while, and we'll see how much money we end up with. Good luck. Okay, guys, and with that, we're going to wrap up the end of this episode, episode number 3, the Thieving and Agility. I'm just gonna continue on for all the money. I ended up going with all the money I needed for the Wilderness Agility course here at the Agility Pyramid. You'll see that in the next clip. But I do want to mention that you can also go to the Giants Foundry. That is actually technically better to go to level 52 agility here at the Agility Pyramid, and then you'll get about 50k, and then do Giants Foundry all the way to level 60 or so, and then possibly further on. You can go all the way to level 70 right now, but you don't have ice gloves, so it's a little bit inconvenient. But the text guide has more details on how to do that method. It's very simple. You just buy some steel plate bodies and iron plate bodies, minigame teleport to the Giants Foundry, do the minigame and whatnot. If you can buy the plate bodies in Varlamore, it's much easier to buy them if you don't have an alt, so I actually recommend that. You can do the Children of the Sun quest in 5 minutes. But I ended up doing the Agility Pyramid all the way for the 150k. But either way, you do what you want, and I will see you shortly for the Wilderness Agility section.